And we're live. We're streaming. We're live. Good. Great. I think so. Do we have an image? Yes, we do. Perfect. So, welcome. Today I am going to start building my own fight stick. Because I am playing a lot of arcade games lately. And maybe I should put the mic up here. That would probably help. Well, in case you're wondering, this is my first live stream ever. And I am just going to get something to drink. There we go. I wanted to build a fight stick, and I wanted to do it, well, live, just to try streaming live and see what happens. Should be kind of interesting. Let's see if we have, I think the settings are right. Let me know if the audio is off, because I've been running the audio through the PC and then streaming from a different camera, and the stream isn't even full HD because it's an old Sony a6100. So it only does like 1000 and something instead of 1920. But it is what it is, and well, let's get building on that fight stick. See, the thing is, if we turn over here, I have several parts ready to go. Some stuff that I've just collected over the last couple of years. So the main part here, we do have a couple of Sanwa joysticks and a whole bunch of buttons and some cables and stuff that I bought in Japan for a couple of years ago. And I've been wanting to build myself an arcade stick with this for a really long time. And then I happened to find something called the Raspberry Pi. There we go. Yeah. The Raspberry Pi Pico, which is a tiny microcontroller. And the Pico can run a special firmware that can work as an X input, D input, as well as a keyboard HID controller, emulating a keyboard as well. Which means that theoretically I should be able to do actually control the stream as well. Let me just get some of the parts. Let's just get some of the parts ready over there. Yeah, here we go. So let's see now. We have 2 joysticks and we only need 1. So let's just go through some of the parts. Power supply, we don't need that. All of this we can deal with later. Just some flathead connectors. We might need to connect these at some point. So in addition to the joystick, and of course I had to go with a nice red ball top. So we have the joystick and we have one of the connector cables. Not sure what setup I'm going to use on the buttons yet. We're going to have to, let's put that back. Oh, look at the nice bag. Straight from sengoku.co.jp. I think this was a shop in Osaka. So I have 3 yellows, 4 reds, a couple of black, a couple of blue. So I haven't really decided on a button layout yet. I was thinking maybe yellow, red, blue, maybe. Why am I even deciding on this before I even start building? Well, aesthetics matter. Let's move that away. And then maybe for the 1 player, we can use a white, and then we We need a color for credits. Now credits could be red. It could also be black. Maybe we should do a black, white, red. White, black, red. Red like so. Layout like that. Well, we're gonna have to give that a think, I think, because I'm not ready to commit or decide just yet. I think these will be best for player 1, player 2, and maybe use the black ones for credits. So let's just get these off the table for a minute. Yeah, I need to figure out this one as well, which direction goes to which. We should be able to find online some kind of diagram for this. Some more cables. Let me go and get the Pico, because we do need to solder a couple of things on the Pico. And then there's the breadboard. The breadboard is because I have this kit here with a smallish solderless breadboard. We're gonna be using that as well. Oh, it has tape on the back. Well, we're probably not going to use that. So let me just go and get the Pico. Now I really wish I could bring the camera with me. I don't think the cable is long enough. Or maybe it's long-ish. What if I put it here? Yeah? Does it still... Hello. That still works. Public, yeah, cool. Okay. Hold on. Let me just send this over to... Let's do... Do we have... Yeah, let's open that up. Let me just close up a couple of windows here before we move on. There we go. So, let's see, the Pico. The Pico should be over here. Hello. But where? Is that it? I wonder. I'll probably put it somewhere smart. Let's see. So I'm going to be moving this camera around. Oh, hold on. Did we just lose? Yeah, hold on. Now we're getting an image at some point. I think some of the cables are a little bit loose on this little puppy. Probably not going to move that camera around too much. Why is this? There we... Yeah, this is what you get when you deal with... This is what you get when you deal with older hardware. Stuff just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Let's just unplug that and replug that. See if we can get something going on here. We should be able to... There we go. We're back. As I said, that camera is getting really, really old. Let's see what we have here. I think this is, yeah, this is the Raspberry Pi Pico. This little thing here, even it's probably not going to work. Hold on. Yeah, that's the Pico. That's our little microcontroller. And we need to solder on some pins. Let's see what we got here. Are these pins even... Oh, yeah, they fit, Perfect. So we need to solder these on to be able to put them into the breadboard, and then we can start connecting things. So on this little microcontroller, we're going to install the GP2040-CE Firmware. That firmware is made to make fight sticks and also basically keyboard controllers. So what I'm thinking is that if I use it in keyboard mode, there will be some delay. There will be a slight delay. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. So there will be a slight delay when using it as a keyboard controller, but I can then assign buttons that I'm not using for a game. I can assign those to functions inside OBS. Meaning I can also control the stream from the fight stick. So it's both a stream deck and a fight stick. That's the plan. If that's going to work, I am not sure. I'm not sure at all. But I got to give it a try. So I'm thinking I should probably mount these at the bottom so we can put this into the breadboard. And then we can connect the joystick and some buttons and just make sure that everything works. And that's probably going to be step one before I even start thinking about whatever button colors, etc. I also bought this little puppy here, which is, let me just open this. Yeah, that wasn't going to be easy. What the? There we go. This is a tiny, tiny screen. And the firmware for the fight stick has been programmed to talk to one of these. So I should be able to output which mode I'm in, what status the fight stick is in, and also I can do custom messages and I should be able to connect some LEDs to get the buttons to light up if I want to. I don't know if I want to yet. I'm probably not going to do that this first one. So this screen is something I'm going to be mounting for the system after I've done the initial testing and make sure that everything works. Right now, I'm looking at the pins here and I need to break these off. I should probably use a pair of clippers for that. Actually, no, they're, yeah. I can, that was perfect. I could just break them off. And now we have 2 rows of pins, just like that. So we need to solder these on, and we should be able to find a pinout diagram of this little microcontroller so we can figure out what to connect where. Problem is the pinout is at the bottom. So do I want to mount these on the top like that maybe? And then I can mount this upside down to the breadboard and read. I think we're going to do that. Because that means I can read all the pinouts. Do I though? such hard questions when you don't do this normally. Like, I've never done a project like this. This is the first time ever I'm doing a project of this scale, and I'm doing it live just to make sure any and all failures are documented for eternity. Let me just check quickly if we have let me just see here. I'm just going to try and send me a link so I can send this to somebody. Like so. There's always these things. What is going on here? No, that's not important. Let's go to Discord. I don't want to visit the shop. Let's see now. Do we have an email? Yes, we do. Here's the stream. Let's see if this actually works first. It's always good to check. Let's see now. Yeah, it works. Email. Yes, we do. Here's the stream. It works. Okay then, let me just quickly share this and we'll get back to the build. Arcade FightStick live on first. Let's see. Then we'll insert that. There we go. That should, well, hopefully. Let's put this over here so I can see what time it is. Now, back to the build. I need to, so first we need to solder these on. I'm really torn between, let's close that and close this. I'm really torn between putting the pins on the bottom here or the top. I think doing it this way means that I could do, because I don't really know how I'm going to mount it later on. This is so hard. Let's see what happens if we, I'm probably not going to solder these with, like, it's probably going to melt the breadboard. Is that the same pin? Yep. Ah, there we go. Why is this even... Is it off by one? No, there we go. It is off by one because that one is way too far up. There we go. Like so. This is what I want to do. The question is, do I want... Yeah, I gotta have those on the top. Okay, this is how we do it. I should be able to solder this without melting everything. Let's see if we can get this going. We need our soldering gear. 2 seconds, I'll be back. I'm not moving the camera because last time I did that, the image, the image fell out. So let's get our soldering equipment. The flux. Ooh, there we go. Da da da. Oh, do we have a viewer? That's exciting. This is probably the jankiest soldering station ever, but it will have to do for what we're doing today. And I need some power. We have, I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer as soon as I just need to figure out where I have my power. I should probably be able to do, you can't see this, but the power is currently, is that even a thing? Does it, yeah, it turns on. Let's just remove some cables that we don't need. Like so, we have power to our soldering iron. Let's just make some more room over here. Let's clean up a little bit before we get going. Joystick, well, it's humming along, so. So, soldering on stream live. Of course, I have soldered before. I am by no means a soldering master. Should probably get some water on the sponge. Now, I've read so many different opinions on using sponges versus using... Yeah, it's gonna take a little while to warm up, because this is really not a good... This is really not a good... is that for... Those screws are probably for the screen mate. No, it's for mounting the board. If I decide to mount it somewhere. Yeah. This is gonna be exciting. Let's just see what we can do here with a little bit of... Hopefully I'm not going to melt the breadboard. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remember something that somebody told me at some point. I'm going to solder a couple of pins on each of the pin racks, or whatever they're called. So I'm going to solder it in each of the ends on both sides. And then I'm going to take it out and solder the rest, not on the breadboard, just to make sure that we don't melt this. I don't know if it's going to melt, but it pays to be... I mean, I've melted things before. I have definitely melted things before. Okay, it's warming up. Let's take off the glasses so we can actually see what we're doing here. Just clean this up a little bit. Oh yeah, I have that. I have that tip cleaner, as a tip activator. Let me go get that. Because yeah, let's leave that to warm up a little bit more, and I'm going to get the tip activator because that's going to help a little bit. tip activator, which is all we need. Yeah. So that's this and that's that. Let's just put that to, there we go. So do we have any statistics? Settings. Okay, stream is healthy, so. There we go. Let's see if we can get the soldering going here. Oh, the fumes. I really should have like a ventilator fan. Let's see if we can get this thing going. And then pre-tin. Yep. It's hot enough. You know what? I'm going to tape that thing down. I don't want that thing moving around. It is the joys of just filming something and not really... Let's do some electrical tape just for fun. So the thing with this whole project is I've planned things because I bought the things I need. I've bought parts. Okay. I've bought the parts. I've sort of saved up for this whole project for a long time, but never really had the time to do it until now. And there are several reasons why I'm doing it now. One is that for the past week, I've been streaming playing Splatterhouse thanks to the Quarter Pumper, a channel with a guy that is about the same age as me, pushing 50, or I'm 51, so. But the whole project he's doing is playing a little bit of arcade games every day. Just getting sort of the reps in and doing some small challenges. That's not bad. I wish I could hold it up and show you. Right now it's taped down to the table. That's not bad. Let's do another one over here. And let it flow. Yes. That is a clean solder. I might put some more on there because I really douse it. Yeah, that's clean and pristine. Just let it flow. Stick it down there. And it doesn't look like anything is melting. So we're going to have to check for continuity later on. But I might as well just, actually, let me just push it down over here and there we go. That's a good glob. Yeah. Anything melting? No. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I know. The quality of this. There we go. Actually, we could do. Hold on. Let's move the camera a little bit so you can see my glorious. There we go. Yeah. This wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So if I can get all these other ones equally clean, we are in good shape, I think. Now the iron is proper hot. We're melting the solder, getting it to flow properly. Hopefully I'm not burning or melting or frying anything. The only way to learn is to actually do. Because if you don't do, you don't learn. I might be a bit stingy on the solder here, but I think we should be okay. So I have the firmware uploaded on the microcontroller already. Which means after I've done this and solder everything, we should be able to connect one button, one tiny button, and hook it up to a PC and see if we can get a signal. Because if that works as planned, we are good to go. First time I ever soldered was in, what was it, 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade. Because we had sort of extracurricular activities at school where you could choose like different topics. And one of the topics that I chose was electronics. So we both etched in class, we etched a circuit board to create a circuit for sort of flashing lights routine. So there were 2 LEDs, some resistors, some other stuff. And what that did was blink 2 LEDs, like this gate going back and forth. So blink, 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 you know. And that was my first electronics project. And after that, I really wanted to learn electronics like really well, but I never had the time or the money. That's not bad. I'm quite happy with that. Let me show you. It is actually not, I mean, I don't know if you can see with the bad resolution of the video and everything, but this is not bad. Like, I'm happy with that. And it looks solid enough. It looks pretty solid, and it's within the borders and everything. So now we only have to repeat that on this other side, and yeah, we're ready to test the joystick and a button. So I'm going to test both the button and the joystick, and the reason why I'm going to test both of those is especially the joystick, because I never remember which of these pins actuate or correspond with the different micro switches. Oh, just hear that sound. Oh, it is such a nice sound. It is the sound of my child. Let me take my glasses off again. So let's continue soldering on these header. That's the word I was looking for, a header. This is called, these pins are called headers. So soldering the headers, like being a non-native English speaker and reading and watching a lot of YouTube videos, sometimes the lingo just gets lost. It's like, I know I've heard the word. I don't necessarily remember the word. But I know it's there. I know it. I just don't remember it. So that flows nicely. Hopefully I don't fry this controller. Just, let's see, we have 12. Easy does it. Like one, how many do we have left? 12, maybe 11. So that flows nicely around the pad, around the pin. This is looking, well, okay-ish. And soon we'll be ready to connect the joystick and the buttons connected to a PC and see if we can get a signal. But I don't want to rush this now. I want to do it properly. So if you just tuned in, what I'm doing today is building a fight stick based on the Raspberry Pi Pico. Yes. That looks pretty good. Now let me get my tool, my measuring tool, my voltmeter. Set it in continuity mode. Now we should have connection through at least ground, I think. So this one is GP0, GP1, no, that's ground. Oh. And if I touch the pin over here, and oh yeah, we got continuity. We got, oh, what are those pins? GP22? Should I solder something there? Or don't, is that a, I can always solder it later. Let me just put that somewhere smart up here. Okay, let's have a look. Here is our finished board with all the headers soldered down. I can always unsolder them. Desolder them. See that? Yeah. This is good enough for testing, I think. So, is that ground GP SWDIO? I don't, switch lock maybe, something? Yeah. Yeah, don't care. Right now we don't need to know that. So the trick here is that we need to figure out, or at least I need to figure out, I can turn this off, hopefully, and not need it again for a while. Whoopsie, there we go. Hello. Hi there. If someone is actually watching now, it looks like someone is watching. Welcome. I'm trying to build a fight stick, arcade fight stick, with a Raspberry Pi Pico. I just soldered on the headers. If you're watching, let me know in the chat. So I just finished soldering the headers on the Raspberry Pi Pico, and I'm just going to test now to see if we can get at least one button to register through this whole thing. And this should be interesting. First I need to, hold on. Can I even get it out of the breadboard? Ah, yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. there is a reset button. So we need to connect this to our computer with power on to choose the correct startup mode, and we have to find the pinout. So let's move over here. There we go. Whoopsie. Let's see. Let's find the GP2040-CE pinout. There we go. So GP, okay, I should probably write this down. Where are my pencil pens? There we go. Okay. So looking at my board, it looks nothing like, wait, what, 29? A3? What on earth is this 28? I don't even have a pin 9. Okay, there might be another, hold on. The 8th, okay, port A3, A2, A3, where are you, A3? What? So let's start at the top. V-bus, and that's what, the USB DM, DP. V-bus, VSys, ground. So 1, 2, 3. GP28. Okay, this is confusing. This is very confusing because the pinouts. So 1, 2, 3. So the fourth one is the 3V 3. And that's the fifth one. And then there's 2 grounds and yeah, GP1, GP0, GP1. That's A1, A2. Yeah. And the third one is ground. And the fourth one is supposed to be ground, but it's not. Interesting. Interesting. So the Pico is also blah, blah, blah. SparkFun Pico, WaveShare Pico, Adafruit. Is that the one I was looking at? Oh, this is ground. No. Power. Because this is a Pico V board. Pico V, Pico V, Pico V. Is this board not... Now, I have installed the firmware on it, so that's not the problem. Are there any weird... Hold on. I'm getting really confused. Pinout Pico V board. Yeah, okay. That looks more like the one I have. Yes. Now we're talking. And it doesn't help that the graphic is actually on the discussion group with a help. Okay, so ground, V-bus, Up, down, right, left. Okay, so GP 2, 3, 4, and 5 is up, down, right, left. Is that even... Yes. 1, 2, ground. 2, 3, 4. Ah, right. Got it. We have it. We have it. It is the ugliest diagram I've ever seen, but we have it. I can just quit that. There we go. Okay. We have found the pinout. Maybe I could put it on stream. Let's see if I can do this. And on stream, let's see if we can put the pinout on screen. That would be interesting. Maybe. Let's add a source. We want window capture. Browser. Maybe I can get this to work. Select a window. There we go. Oh, look at that. Fancy boy. That was the wrong window, so let's do the other. Where is my other? Is that the one? No. There we go. That as a separate window, and then as a let's put that in here. There we go. That's the one. See here? Now we have a pinout that actually corresponds with... Yeah, we have the pinout. So what we can see here... Yep. GP2, 3, 4, and 5. That's up, down, right, left. And button 1, button 2, right 2, left 2, button 3, button 4, right 1, left 1. Toggle perfect. So 2, 3, 4, 5 are the ones we're looking for. And on my... Let's put it over here. Perfect. So if I do what? This? No, that? Yeah. So I figured out which of the ones here are the ones I need. And let's connect the joystick and test. So let's take that away. And let's take our breadboard and turn the camera, tilt the camera. Whoops. This is what happens when you only have one camera. Whoa. There we go. Zoom in like that. Yeah, perfect. So GP2345. Two, 3, 4, 5 is up, down, and we should have our like so. 630 yen. That's what, $6? I think it's $6. Because that, yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see now, we have our joystick. the stream really that far behind? Let's see now. This one goes here. Let's do a little bit like that. So I gotta apologize to everyone for the low quality. It's not even full HD. But I'm streaming with a really old camera, the Sony A6100. And it can only do like, what was it again? 1,000 something something. There we go. No, I'm not going to go into the it's a, yeah, it's 1000p something something. So black is going to be ground. So ground is 1, 2, 3, which means 1, 2. So that's ground. And let me double check, because we can't see the wires in here. There should be a pinout diagram online for the JFL joystick as well, because these are joystick, Sanwa joystick pinout colors. Right should be green. And looking at our pinout, ground is black, right is green. So green should be right. And right is GP4. So green should be right. Should be GP. Wrong side. So pin 1, 2, 3 is ground. And 4 should be right green. Then let's look at the left is yellow and left is GP5. So yellow to GP5. GP5, there we go. And let's look at up, GP2. Up should be orange, so orange should go to GP2. Yeah, that looks orangey enough. GP2. And red is down, and down is GP3, logically enough. Yeah. That should be all she wrote. I think that should be everything. That should be the whole joystick connected. Do we actually have 3 people watching? Hello? Whoops. Hey. I mean, guys, girls, chat, if you're watching, leave a note in the chat, right? Let's figure out how this works. So I should be able to connect this to my computer and get some kind of result. First, we need to see what the board is set up to be, and just to make things really hard, I think I need to boot I think there's a button underneath here which I need to hold in to boot. Maybe I didn't think this through. Let's see now. GP2040-CE. How to start in web mode. Unplug controller. Hold down the S2 button. What the hell is the S2 button? Is that the built-in button? Yeah, it's probably the boot select. Boot select. We should be able to get this rolling with, so we have a cable here. Okay, can I even get this out of the breadboard? Yeah. Now I just have to put it back in the right place. Eesh. Okay. Let's connect this to USB, and we should hold boot select down, and then we should plug this into, oops. Is that right? And then we should be able to access through HTTP, if that's even working. Is it getting power? Because there's no LED showing anything. Is that even a data cable, or is it just power? Whoa. Yeah. Let's see now. We might have to find another cable, because some of these cables are data only, and some of these are. Let's see what happens if you just boot it on. There are like no LEDs or no nothing. Signaling if we're connected or not. Which makes it kind of hard. Let's see if we can do that. So we should be able to, so SB3, B4. I know I've plugged it in before. S2, start. Okay, built-in web configurator. So how do we get in? So built-in, start by holding S2 when plugging your controller into a PC, or by holding the S2, B3, B4. So is that button boots? No, there is an LED, but it's not showing anything. I hope I didn't fry it. That would be a sorry ending to the stream. Hold on. This should be a data cable. Actually, no, it shouldn't. That one is the wrong one. Where are my cables at? This one is USB-C. Now, for the longest time, the world has been complaining about getting USB-C and all that. That's a USB-C, that's not going to work. That's a USB-B. Do I have to go into the other office to find a proper cable? It looks like it. I'll be right back because I just need to run into the other office and find a proper cable. So which one is, give me 2 seconds and I'll be back. Cable, oh, hold on. What's this? No, that's the lightning cable. That's the wrong cable. Actually, is it? No, that was a charging cable. Hold on. So I don't know if you can actually hear me all the way from in here. You might actually be. That's probably just a... Why do I have all these cables that don't fit with anything? Having this project strand on me not having a micro USB cable would be kind of a sad ending to the whole project, I would say. It should light up, but there is nothing, and I know we haven't gotten any short circuits anywhere, so it should all be good. But there's no LED lighting up. Oh, that would be so... Like, it was working a couple of weeks ago when I tested it. Let's see, what is it we have here? Is that a... Oh, that's another one. Let's try that one. So many cables, so many stupid little things. So let's see if we... Oh, something went gadink. Something actually registered. Let's see what happens now. Oh, it connected. Finally, that was a data cable. That was a data cable. Oh, look there, we have our Dane. Our Dane. Hi there. Welcome. And there's Papa Bear King as well. Yeah, glue everything. Rightio. What's with... Ah, you can... Lise Muselun. Thanks for coming. Welcome. I'm trying to get some life into my little microcontroller here. I just found the right cable, which you might have seen. It's nice to see your name in the chat, Janice. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to, or I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this little sucker to boot properly. And it's misbehaving. Because right now it's just booting as a storage medium. Can I access the web config? No. What is the S2 button? I need to figure out what the S2 button is. S2. You probably can't help me since... Well, it should be able to hold the boot select. And what is the S2 button? I shouldn't have to connect. Let's see now. So S2 is a start, that's GP17. GP17 is bottom right, because this whole board looks different. Right, so GP17 is that one. Okay, so we got it here. I think I have a plan. I can short circuit, or not short circuit, but if I connect, I have my little bag of thingies here. It's not that kind of bag. Yeah. These little connectors here. So what I'm going to do, let me just try. Ah, that's a really close-up. So 17 is the second from the bottom. So let's just unplug this first, so there's no power. And then we need to connect this other one to ground, and that should be 1, 2, 3. Now this should create a connection, so it should be a button. And the ML1000, of course. Where's that ML1000? Where's that ML1000? Do I have the bag anywhere? Yeah. Yeah, oh, right. The boot select button, the small push button. However, when I pushed that, it didn't work. But now, look at that. I'm going to show you on screen right now. Look at that. We're in. We are in. So the trick, so many things to do. Oh, this is so many things to keep track of just for these little projects. Actually, you know what? Look at this. If you got them, crack them. We are, and this was actually bought at Rema 1000. Those of you who probably don't know, Rema 1000 is basically Norway's Walmart, only 1,000 times smaller. Right. Let's see now. There we are. There we are. Let me just move this around and there we go. So, web configurator, which means that if I now unplug this button, because we don't need that to be pressed, and we have the shortest cable ever, I should now be able to push this down. GP, what was it I said? 5432, which means pin number, oh, this is too small. There we go. Pushing this into our breadboard. Let's see if we can find some tool. Pin mapping. So 2, 3, 4, 5 is up, down, right, left. Aha, waiting for, that was what I was looking for. Now, here it comes, whoops. Pressed pin 2. That was pin 2, that's up, okay. We have our joystick. The cable is coming out that way, so if I push this one, press up. Or are you even seeing me? Up. There we go. Here. Perfect. Too many windows, too few screens. I only have one screen. I haven't connected any more screens. I need one screen for the stream view. I need one screen for the output. And I need a third screen to just look at the browser. But here, we have our joystick. This part here, look at what happened. When I click the pin viewer, I press up. And it says here, press pin 2. So let's press down, left. Oh, are none of the other ones recognized? Interesting. So it recognizes pin 2, but none of the others. Interesting. Interesting. Or is just the pin viewer not working properly? Huh. So let's try button 1, which is pin 6. So up was pin 2, right? Yeah. So, oh, no. My bad. Ground goes up here. I forgot about ground, because we have a ground up there first, and then we have the pins. This is what happens when you stream. But we should be good now. So I'm moving all cables one step up. So now we have a proper ground. Let's see what happens. Let me hold it like that. So pin viewer 5. Okay, 5 is left. Okay. Pin viewer 2. 2 is up. So up. Now we should get a pin 3. This is the jankiest. Yeah, pin 3. And now we're trying to write 4. Yes, perfect. Okay. So now we know this is up. The cable comes out on my left. Is that left? Right? My left. Your left? Are we even... yeah. That's left on screen. Perfect. It's like, ah. Let's celebrate. Okay, so we have it working. It's actually working. Let's do it up. And then we have the left one, so now it should say 5. Yep. Perfect. Now, we can try to trigger one of the other buttons. Now, I can't use this one. I need one of the male plugs here. There we go. There we have one. So if we look at, if we take a quick look at the pin out, is this the one? So button 1 is GP6. And ground is 3 down. 1. So this is a tricky part. 1, 2, 3. This should be ground. And that is ground. So if we push this into the next below left, it could be so not the next one because that's ground. That's gonna, so let's move back to oops, okay, that was not what I was planning to do. There we go. Configurator, nope. There we go. So we should have, if we now use the pin viewer, we should get pin 6. Hold on. Yes. It's working. And that means that let's have a little look at what we are working with here. So from here we can choose what inputs we want. And we want X input. We should be able to hold on. Right, so that's just the different pinouts. So I'm guessing that generic PS4, PS3. Oh, those aren't, the drop downs aren't showing. That's weird. Let's go to settings. Current input mode is authentication settings. No. Okay, so you can't see the pop-ups. D-pad, 4-way joystick mode, boot input. Do we have a default? I'm going to have to spend some time setting this up properly. Because right now this is, well, it's not confusing, but there is, it should be able to boot into X input. No mode select, no mode select. So B2, when I boot, if B2 is pressed, it should go into X input. Peripheral mapping, ooh, LED configuration. Display configuration. Oh, right, that's for the, oh, for those of you who haven't seen it, I have a tiny screen here. At some point, I'm going to connect this little screen to the output of this, and I'm also going to try and connect. Okay, you haven't seen this, or some of you maybe, but this is a little tiny little screen. It connects to the board. So I can get output from the board displaying what input type is on, the settings, and some other info and data. So I'm going to connect this screen at some point, but not for this first build. The next step now is to try to hook up at least 1 or 2 buttons and see if we can play a game. That should be interesting. But first we then need to get it to boot into X input mode. And looking at our settings screen here, let's see. So what happens if I now choose reboot into boot select or controller? Let's boot into controller. And then one, two, three. Hold on. Right. So now, hold on. Yeah. There's like way too much stuff on the desk here. So we're going to try and connect ground, which is pin 3. And then we need to figure out which button 2, B2, B2. It's GP7. GP7, that's over there. Okay, let me try to start up an emulator. And see if we can get Pac-Man going. Working. Pac-Man. Pac-Man. So in theory, we should be able to... Let me just get this into the window capture game. Oops. Sometimes just bear with me. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I'm not going to do the whole sound thing. I just want to get this up and running. So, in theory now, we should be able to add some coins, start a game. Okay, this works beautifully. Okay. So we have a working game. We have a working game and we have a working controller. We just need to check if... Well, actually, that's all we... Look at me. That's silly. This boots into X input by default, which means that since it's now connected to the computer, I could control Pac-Man. We have a working fight stick. It's a bit of a stretch. I know, it's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, Mr. Lise Moselund. Split screen of a U-cam, a top-down cam, and the screen. At some point, I will have enough cameras connected with high enough. Actually, what we could do, yeah, the top-down is going to be hard now because I don't have anything to connect to it to stream from the phone. At some point, when the controller is done, this is going to be important. When the controller is done, I'm going to have a controller cam when I do the live streams of all the arcade games I'm going to stream, just as a side thing, in addition to the other stuff. It might be on a different channel, I don't know if you got that, but there will be a different channel for arcade games. My shoulders are acting up. But there will be a separate channel at some point with arcade game streaming with this, and we will do at least one cam on the controller, reaction cam, as well as the actual game, depending on if it's a wide horizontal game, upside game. Assistant, yeah. That's going to be... Good luck coming here and being an assistant in this space, because this space is messy. You're going to spend at least 2 months just figuring out where everything is. But we got to get you to Norway someday. Hopefully for that meetup next year. But we have to do some kind of meetup next year. Definitely have to do that. But for now, and during October, I'm streaming Splatterhouse on this main channel as a as a sort of a challenge with a quarter pumper. Oh, I haven't seen your cage. Your cage or your cave? I've seen the disco. I've seen the outdoor disco on the videos. But we need to get moving. We have a button. We have to figure out which button is the start button. And looking at the pinout, let me see, browser. We're still at the boot select. Oops. Where is our browser properties? Boot select, Chrome. Was that the one? Yeah. You have start and select. Which one is S1 is, which one is player 1? Oh no, one player, that's B3 GP16. Okay, GP16. Let's do a quick test with Pac-Man again. Let's do, so 16. So if I punch in some coins, let's see if we can figure out 16, GP16, that's, no, which one was it? GP, one player is GP10. GP10. So if I trigger GP10, which is here, no, are we still on ground? One, two, three, yeah, that's ground. Which one is player 1 buttons? Let's try 16, 15, 16. So which one is insert coin? Which one is insert coin? Left side toggle, home, start and select. Let's try 17. And then we have to have Pac-Man up. Let's see. Ah! Look at that! Look at that. Oops. So all we're doing is triggering in the breadboard. That's all we need to do. Ah, this is beautiful. Okay. So we have a fully functioning controller. Let's just get rid of this. Game off. Okay. Now what do? We need to connect some buttons. To be able to play, we need to mount this on something. Let me just close that. Okay, next step. I'm not sure what we're going to do next. I just want to connect the joystick, add some buttons, and play games right now. But that's not going to fly. We need to find. Well, if you're gonna solder the buttons, I can of course just start making, we need to make a ground harness, which is several, let me get the buttons. So one of these buttons, one of them, needs to go to ground. And one of these pins, see the little metal pins? One of those for each button need to be connected to each other, a harness, and then connected to ground, including the joystick button. And all the other ones, the other pin on each of the buttons need to go to, well, each of the different pinouts on the board. And that's how I did it on my, hold on. I haven't shown the Picade. The Picade is my first time doing this, but with no controller. And it looks a right mess. It's still in the beta stage, but it looks like that. Question is, could I just take all of this and connect to the controller? Like the microcontroller? Problem is that, well, the joystick is a proper joystick. The buttons are crap, because these are sort of fake Sanwa buttons. And but all of the wires, I could probably take all of the wires and use those. That would save me a lot of time. And I could take the control surface and put the proper Sanwa buttons in there. And just bolt this to something, and we would have a fight stick. Oh, and this has a square gate, which we need to switch to an octagate for those who don't know. A square gate is a square gate. Octagate is 8 different positions, so we have the diagonals as well. Easier. So we both have the right, left, as well as diagonals. And then we could connect up these two buttons. I could save myself a lot of time doing that. Question is, should I? Should I? Yeah, the orange is... This side panel here is actually a part of something I had in the hallway in the previous apartment. That was painted orange, because I do have a thing, as you can probably see, with red and orange. Also, not to forget, the chair in the ramp. Yep, it's orange. Dirty 70s orange. That's my jam. The question now is, do we take this board, unplug, because this is connected through like a flat cable, to a Raspberry Pi. And that's like 0 input lag. So this whole mess is connected to the Raspberry Pi, but it's all connected with flathead sort of connectors, which means that I could disconnect the whole harness, connect my proper Sanwa buttons, put those into this, put this in a box, and we would have the first iteration of the fight stick. That would save me a lot of money just to get something working. At the same time, what's going on here? Is that orange? What is that orange? And why is that orange going there? Is that... Oh, that's ground. Oh, the cable I'm using here is different than it has black in the middle. Well, this is... What? Oh. Oh, I don't know if you heard that sound, but the neighbor, somebody moved in next door and they're using a compressor, you know, for the nail guns and other power tools that use compressed air. Sometimes they forgot to turn it off after they've done using it for the day. So when I'm here, suddenly it kicks in because the air goes out slowly out of the compressor. And my fridge is over there, so it sounded like the fridge was about to explode, but it was the compressor on the other side of the wall that belongs to the neighbor who they've forgotten to turn off before they left. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the build. I'm thinking we should probably just unharness this, because I can always remake this. And by doing that, we have the harness we need to build our fight stick. Portable fight stick that I can just bring home or play with anywhere with proper, yeah. You know what? That's what we're going to do. That is going to save us a lot of time. I don't need... Is everything properly marked? Yes, I can always, like, this is why you want to, I don't know, hold on. This is why you mark stuff. See all those little tape pieces there? That's start, this is down, this is the Y button, the up, down, select, start. Everything is marked on both sides of the wires. Sometimes I do things right. So this means that we have to clean out the space. We need to clean... I need to clean out the desk a little bit. And then we're going to put this up here. And then we're going to take off the whole harness. Insert some proper buttons. We do have a proper joystick already mounted, so that's good. And with the proper buttons, then we have the player 1 start and exit. So the most, like, we don't need more than 6 buttons for now. It's going to be 2 rows of 4, so it's going to be 8 in total after a while. But for now, just for testing, just for making the first prototype of the fight stick. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Hold on. Yeah, let's remove soldering iron. We don't need to solder anything. I still don't know how I'm gonna... I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna hardwire... I need to make something with the microcontroller so it's easy to plug things in and out of the microcontroller, which means that I should either solder on wires to the microcontroller, not now, but for the final version, or use a breadboard or some other kind of contraption to connect everything. But right now I'm going to use the breadboard, and we're just going to stick wires into the breadboard and see if we can get a functioning fight stick done in about an hour. Oh, hold on. No, I can't use, because this is made for that. So and then I have to remake that. So I'm not going to destroy that to make something temporary and then have to remake this as well as making the proper one. But I do have a piece of wood somewhere. At the same time, This is also temporary. Decisions. Okay, we need somewhere to put... Oh, guess what I found today? I was at the flea market. Look at this. Oh yeah. I'm gonna make this into an automatic soap dispenser. You're the first to know. And also, I got these. Got these for 150. Each of these wheels costs 700 kroners, like $70 to buy each. This whole thing I got for less than 100. I got it for 150, including a skateboard. And this is the same clutch wheel that I use on the go-kart. So now I have 3 different drive wheels to start rebuilding a new version of the go-kart. Because somebody decided to sell these. Flea markets, gotta love it. And I also got the Superman car. It is beautiful. And this is the something, I think, 1980s version. 1976. I got more cars as well because I'm doing some doing some cars for Gaslands, which is a game which I'm trying to learn. Now, let's see. How are we going to do this? Zoom the other way and move over here. Maybe move the camera a little bit further away. Oh, that's crooked enough, isn't it? See now. I'm going to put this somewhere where it doesn't short circuit everything. So, how are we going to do this? If I switch these 6 buttons out, so first I need to disconnect them. And for some reason, oh yeah, so this is button B. I use the electrical tape so these wouldn't touch the other buttons. But we should be able to pull them out. Then we have ground. The A button. Well, we don't need that there. TR, trigger right. And then, oh, come on. And left trigger. And X. So these are whatever they're called inside of some of the emulator software. Because these are like gamepad buttons, really. Because you have the 4 gamepad buttons you have on the SNES. And the Xbox controller. What's this last one? This is Y. So 6 buttons. Clear. And then we have the controllers. And then we have these. So this is the ground, and the ground goes to this button, and then it continues to this button, and it ends there. So we're going to switch those 2 out as well. Which means that we have to disconnect. Oh, what happened here? So that's select. And what are we saying here? Yeah, this is the way. Never rely on memory. BRB. Oh yeah. My 4-year-old got the same for her birthday. Soap is next to. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let me show you when you get back. Let me know when you get back, and I'll show you the dispenser I need to rebuild to fit into the dinosaur, because I'm gonna have to build it from scratch. Of course, it's gonna be a video on the channel. Let's see now. Is everything except the joystick? Of course, these colors are wrong. So left is left, that's fine. And down. And up. Finally, oh no! That was a bad that was a bad squeeze joint. I need to fix that. There we go. So this is supposed to, well, this hasn't been squeezed at all. It barely. Let me get my tool, because I have a proper tool right now. I should have somewhere here that goes scrack. Oh, there's more breadboards over here. Why didn't I? Okay, I've been making noises with this tool for a while, and now, of course, it's gone. And nowhere to be found. It was here. I know it was here. Here's all my cables. I really need to... Oh, there's my amplifier for the speakers I've got. Where's my ratchet tool for making... Where's my tool for making... squeezing the cables? Do I have to use the other tool? Like, I have a proper tool. Why is it not here? I really need to reorganize this. So whoever's out there, remind me to make a electronics workstation kit with all the tools I need collected in one place. Because right now everything is all over the place. Let's see now, the red, the blue, where did it go? Oh, hello? Is it the black one? Yeah. So we need to clamp this down properly. Like so. Well, that didn't help at all. This is just broken. It is not in there at all. Are all of these like that? Ah! Yeah, that's no good. Let's throw that away and find a new one. I did buy some new ones, didn't I? I should have bought some new ones. Are these the same ones? Yeah. Let me just get a new pin here and put that on, because we don't want these falling off. Then we need to figure out how we're going to do this with the wires and everything. So I don't want to waste a whole bunch of... How is this going to go? Is it in there? Like so. Oh, these are different. Okay. That's kind of in there. I hate it when these don't squeeze up like they should. Okay, that's good enough for now. Let's see now. Is everything disconnected? No, we have the red one, the right one left. If that isn't confusing, I don't know what is. Ah, come on. There we go. Okay, so my Raspberry Pi is disconnected. Fortunately, everything is marked, and the gray here is over there. So, we have our slightly too big. Oh, look at that. I completely forgot I had this. That's some pretty strong coffee. That's some really strong coffee. Wow. Now, let's see. This is a little bit too long for a for a fight stick. We need to switch out the buttons first, and then we need to figure out how to connect the cables to the breadboard. I can disconnect that one button right now. Okay, so the decision on... I really wish there was like yellow, orange, red. But I have yellow, orange, blue. And black, maybe. Maybe I can use black. Like yellow, orange, black. That would be kind of cool. I think I bought these colors because on the Street Fighter 2 cabinet with the 6 buttons, there's like different... I think those are like the colors of the original cabinet. But that would be kind of cool having yellow, orange, black. And then yellow, orange, black on the top line as well. And then the two right could be, well, blue, because we never really use them. And then the white one for player select, player start. So yellow, orange, black. I'm kind of digging that. I'm kind of liking that. Now, if I were to tape the breadboard underneath here, everything would be contained here. And we can just build a small box for this, and we would have our fight stick. Literally. Just like what kind of car, what kind of cardboard box would I have that I could stick that piece of wood to and make it into a fight stick? That would be interesting. Okay, we're ready. We're ready to go. We have our JFL Sanwa joystick. We have some cheap-ass knockoff buttons we're going to switch out with these 3 buttons here for the lower row and the same colors for the upper row, because we really don't need to differentiate between them, I think. Not for now. Then we're going to put the white, maybe a white and what do we have extras? Yeah, we both have yellows and white and blue, but I want the blues on the side here, maybe? Well, I don't have to decide on that right now. Let's see if we can quickly switch out a yellow button. Let's see now. Whoop. So this should be as easy as... It doesn't really matter which pin we connect to. That's a good thing. So the 2 pins, as long as one of them is ground and one is a proper. So we should be able to push this out. Hopefully the diameter should be the right one. Yep. Fits beautifully. And we just replug that. Lo and behold. Look at that. Oh, the sound of that. Listen to the sound of the yellow button compared to... And there's like a big, see here? This is a smaller sort of movable part and a much thicker rim. And this is a much thinner rim. Like this is the proper legit Sanwa button. This is some kind of cheap ass knockoff thingy I bought for like 10 kroners, $1 or less, just to have some buttons. These are, I think these are the Raspberry Pi ones. They're not that bad, but they keep like sticking. These ones though, those are the good stuff. So let's switch out all of our buttons for now. And since we have a proper stick and it's properly marked, and then we'll find some leftover pieces of wood and make us a FightStick box and see if we can get this working. So we want yellow and we want orange. That one was a bit harder to... How are these even stuck in there? There we go. Something went... Oh, the whole thingy broke off. Oh, right, because, yeah. There's the part. That sucks. Well, it still sticks in there. I just need a way to... Oh, That's... I don't want to keep breaking those. That would be... Let me just get a screwdriver. A thin one. Let's see if we can... that's not thin enough. Maybe a screw. There we go. So, yellow, orange. Where did my other... Oh, there we go. It's to ground. It's sort of in there. This is... Yep, I promised janky, and janky it is. We are... It's not that they're that stuck. I just want to not really rip cables out of the pins. Why are you being so stubborn? I haven't squeezed... I don't want to bend this to pieces. I don't want to destroy it, even though it's a crappy button. Let me see if we can get some leverage in there. Let's see if we can trick you up. Do I need to get... there we go. So just being a little bit careful so we don't break any of the pins. Oops. So we'll take a black one. And then we connect ground and whatever this is. Why is this? Is this the yellow one? Yeah, that's supposed to go there, hopefully. Okay, 3 down. I mean, yellow, orange, black. Oh, here we go. Yellow, orange, black. That looks good. Proper Sanwa buttons. Let's make sure we don't spill any beer. And we have 3 more to go. So that's green and black. Black being ground, of course. Hope I'm doing this right now, or else it's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be a mess. Let's see, so white and black, up with those. Some of these are kind of stuck in there. So much for choosing this type of connector to make it easy on myself. That felt like I was pulling something out. Well, Mr. Lysemoselund, are you planning? Are you releasing another video tomorrow? That's good. It's like you've been pushing hard, man, and doing really good. And those videos that you've been pumping out are really, really nice now. I mean, it's just improving every single time. It was a white one. Yeah, it was black and white, right. Excited. So it comes out tomorrow. Cool. Well, the body cam, when I'm looking for, like, my plan was to kind of use my phone using what's it called, IVQ or something. The problem, it only streams in like 640-480. Oh no, I'm not. Now you got me. Now you got me all. This was not supposed to be the black button. This was supposed to be the orange button. That would have looked hellish. But yeah, the dinosaur thing is the reason why we come up with that is that there is something you can buy, which is a pigeon that poops soap out of its butt. And I saw that online and I thought that would be cool, but with a dinosaur. So when I went to the flea market and I saw that huge dinosaur, because I bought the, I was supposed to show you that. So I bought this dispenser thingy that has a sensor, and the soap comes out here, and you'll load the soap by putting this thing in here, right? So what I'm going to do is take all of this apart and figure out some way of making this either smaller or something, and take all of the parts out of this one and put those inside the dinosaur and find a way to attach the soap reservoir inside the dinosaur, preferably. And that's gonna hopefully work together because that runs off AA batteries and the dinosaur runs off AA batteries as well. So with a little luck, I can run both the flashing red lights and the roar and the soap dispenser off the same 2 AA batteries. If that works, and if I can get everything inside the dinosaur body, we're golden. So that's going to be a project. That's going to be a project for sometime this fall. Okay, now the black is ground. And the only cable we have that isn't connected to anything is the red one. So I'm guessing that goes here. So we now have a fully decked out, proper Sanwa button setup. Oh, the action is so much smoother. I'm gonna find, or I'm gonna buy some of those micro switch buttons as well, because these don't have any clickies, and I really like those clicky ones. Now for the fight stick, I really only need these to play Street Fighter, and I don't really need those because I'm using the keyboard to trigger things. So I could just slice this off here and here and make that into our fight stick. They're a bit like, it's a bit far between them. Oh yeah, for sure. I can promise you right now that I'm going to do everything in my power to keep that sound and the blinking red eyes, because there's a LED bulb in the mouth as well as 2 red eyes, and those run off the AA batteries. So by connecting it to the soap dispenser, I should be able to trigger everything, because that's just a mechanical switch inside the head that makes the dinosaur roar. So by exchanging that mechanical switch with the sensor, and since the sensor connects the power, it should be able to connect the power to the eyes and the roar, the playback of the audio as well. So we should be able to make it dispense soap as it roars and blinks its eyes. And the red LED could also light up the soap. So it's gonna be great. Okay, we have a controller board. Looking quite janky, but still good. Now I need to figure out something to put this on. I have a cardboard box. I'm not going to use a cardboard box. I know I'm sort of infamous for using cardboard boxes for everything, but for this I want proper wood. But it doesn't have to look nice just to work for my streams for the coming weeks. Since the reason I'm doing all of this is because my kid is started to using his fight stick, so I can't just borrow it. That was just nothing. DJI Neo versus DJI Flip. DJI is trying to sell so much stuff right now. Okay, we are closing in on something. Yeah, so the action on this is quite tight. I need to switch the gate out. Yeah, I don't remember if I showed you this, but this plastic part here is called a gate. Now the gate locks the joystick into the diagonals, or you can switch it around, turn it around 45 degrees, so that you have right, left, up, down, and then sliding between them. Then you have the octagate, which is this one, and the octagate has 8 corners instead of 4. So the point of this, by switching it 45 degrees, is that you get a right, left, up, down. Now right, left, up, down is Pac-Man, Mappy, of course, Ladybug. There's so many old games that are Donkey Kong, of course. Or is that 8-way? No, that's 8-way. Yeah, but there are several 4-way games. So by switching this or turning this part here for 45 degrees, you get right, left, up, down, locked in. So it's much easier to hit those directions. Pengo is a good example. One of my first arcade games that I played during usually a winter or Easter vacations when going to my dad's work's cabin. They had a Pengo there on the road. So we usually stopped halfway to eat lunch. And in the basement by the toilets, there was a Pengo machine. And that was like back in 84, 85. When did Pengo come out? Pengo. Maybe add arcade. Pengo arcade. Yeah, that came out in 82, right? Yeah, so around 84, 85, or maybe even earlier, maybe 83, 84. Was one of the first arcade games I ever put my hands on. And it was amazing. It was so much fun, and I didn't want to go. And I especially didn't want to go to the mountains. Dude, 50 last week. I almost haven't been on YouTube for the last several weeks. I didn't know. Happy birthday. Congratulations. Welcome to the 50s. I've got 1 year on you. I'm 51. But man, does those joints ache. As soon as you turn 50, shit starts to go downhill really, really, really fast. And at 51, like I almost can't lift my arm further up than that. Oof. But congratulations, man, your birthday. So last week, that was first week of October. Gotta remember that. Now I need to go hunting for some pieces of wood and some screws to make this into some kind of case. Temporary case. Unfortunately, I can't bring the camera with me, so I'm gonna try to talk you through it. Preferably if I can find two pieces of wood that are the same height, or that I can slice in two. You're just gonna hear a lot of weird sounds. Let me, I think you can probably hear me as I go into my wood storage. There's a piece. That's not too bad. Oh, maybe we have something we can use for the bottom as well. Maybe these two. And that. I think we got something. I have two pieces here. Let's see. Do we have enough clearance using only this? Well, we do. Yep. Now, I should probably make this at an angle, but I'm not going to do that for this first draft. So if I slice this in two, and then we can put this on the bottom. No, that's going to... I need something wider. I'll be right back. We need a wider piece of wood. Maybe, just maybe, there should be something. Oops. Let's try not to. Oh, ow. Okay, that's a bit big. That's not as thick as I want, but I think it'll be fine. Now, wouldn't you all like to know what it looks like back in that wood dungeon. Let's see now. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of worn down blue plywood from the ramp. And this is, yeah, this is big enough. Actually, I could cut on the side here and cut on the side here and move these two buttons up here, making it smaller. That would be, yeah, that would be kind of nice. I think we're going to do that. But how? Now I'm just making it really hard for myself. But I mean, yeah. Okay, let's. Okay, so this is enough clearance, and we need to cut this at here. And then we need to cut the next one here. Like so. And there's my saw, and where's my battery? Okay, this is gonna be noisy. So I might have to turn down. Like, how does... That's not too bad, is it? Oh, sorry. This is what the world needs. Advanced. What? Are we talking about the dinosaur? Okay, this might make a little bit of noise. Hold on. Oh, all my we're gonna free saw a little bit. Okay, that's quite loud. Let me turn this down a lot. Okay, and we can turn it up again. There we are. I'm back. We have sawed. Then we need some screws. Screws. Where are we? Where are you? Did I bring all my screws somewhere else? Here's. Oops. A bit long, or do I have some other one? No, I have. Ooh, I have this one. Ooh. Yeah, these are too long. This isn't even opened. Those are too short. These are too short. Yep, we need to open up a new box of screws. Exclusively on this channel, we are opening up a new box of screws. Hopefully I'll be able... I don't know if I'm gonna pre-drill. Are these long enough? Yeah, those are fine. 3, 4. I should probably pre-drill. I should probably pre-drill. Question is, do I want to? Can I be bothered? So this is the right bit for that. And then we can do... Where are my tiny wood screws at? Wood drill bits. Here we go. Are those, is that small enough? Should be. This is just metal. Why am I always out of tiny? I always keep breaking the small wood bits. Okay, so this is the smallest one. It's a 3. Should be fine. Where did I put my angle iron thingy? Oh. The thing I was looking for like an hour and a half ago. The proper tool to clamp down those connectors. Okay, now I know where it is. And it's not going back there. Let's see, is this too thick? Probably not. I need to make some straight lines, and I need to make them like half my stuff is up at the cabin. And since it's up at the cabin, or up at the cabin, over at the cabin. The cabin is over somewhere. There we go. But I have enough tools to make shit work at least a little bit. So this again, orange, dirty orange. So where do we want? Just try this. Make sure sizing is good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're playing here. Yeah, we need it to be approximately here. Yeah. Always keep your workspace tidy, people. Don't be like me. So we put a line there. Then we have the joystick over there, which needs some clearance. So we can do that maybe. Yeah, that's going to give it plenty of clearance. That is so weird. That joystick is at an angle, like compared to the other one. So but it's the same joystick. So now, yeah, comfortably resting there, comfortably resting on the buttons there. It should be fine. That should be fine. Now we need to drill some pilot holes. Let's say maybe here. Okay, that was a very not. Let's speed that up. There we go. To make life a little bit easier for ourselves, let's get those screws in there. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Order of operations. Switch out the bit first, so you're ready to actually screw in the screws. Kind of a, Yeah, kind of adult. Yeah, exactly. 50 years old, that's when you're closing in on becoming an adult. Also, look at what we're doing. We're making YouTube videos. That's the least adultest thing I can think of. And also the most fun. Which is perfect. Let's see. Make sure we don't squeeze any cables. Wires, not cables. Cables are thick and all that stuff. Now, I'm not pre-drilling into the piece, the wall piece here, so I'm probably going to regret that. But we should probably be fine. Just take it easy. And we should... Did I put on the clutch? Okay then. Haha! Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Let's see now. This is going to be a little bit more tricky because we have cables going across. So do I want to, as long as I can keep track of these two, the ground is going to be fine. I just need to keep track of the white and the blue. And keeping track of them means remembering they're on the floor. So we push these out. Oops. I see. Okay, we're in the clear and taking, oh. Yep. All good. Just keep everything inside. Oh, it was a little bit short, but we're good. Now we can do the pilot holes. If I can only find the drill bit. Wherever that went. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's put these somewhere where I can remember I'm supposed to do something with them. This is kind of coming along. Oh, we should be able to try and play a game before I have to leave. It's like, what? 8 past 12? No, 8 past 11. 8 past half 12. No. It's 12:38 p.m. No, 11. It's 11:38 p.m. So, there we go. Yep, perfect. Or perfect. I mean, that's an overstatement, but it's good enough. And we're gonna saw off those ends because we don't need them. And this should be... So the reason why I'm doing this and not building a super duper, really super nice, mega something something, I just want to make sure everything works in a shell. Trying everything out, making sure everything is connected, everything is properly set up. Then we're going to go about designing a box. Which means, because the angle here is all over the place. Like so. My point is, I'm making this now temporary just to, that was the wrong way around. Let's do this. So I'm making this now just as a simple box, and it's way too short, so I know I have to make it further down here, but right now I can play games with this, and I'm going to test it out and make sure that everything works in terms of mapping and keys and all the things I want to do. Then I'm going to add some more buttons just to see which buttons I want in terms of controlling MAME and maybe do the whole stream thing I was talking about. And then, but before that, I'm going to figure out if this is the right size, how much more depth I need to be able to rest my hand here. Because you really shouldn't be resting your hand while you're punching, you should be holding it like that. And then, which means tomorrow I'll start working on the actual box, because right now this feels right in terms of distance, because it's not like super tight. So this is more, and I can always bolt on some more wood here just to have that palm rest. And see if I want and this is kind of important, these are at sort of an arch. I might want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and have the last two go sideways and not as an arch. So by figuring out all of this and then start looking at how to build the box tomorrow, at least I'll have a functioning, because if I started working on the box, right now, I would never get this up and running, which means I would have nothing to play my games with when I wanted to stream. And as I mentioned, I'm doing the whole sort of very, very loosely being a, well, it's sort of not a competition. It's a friendly duel in terms of playing Splatterhouse, because it's October and Halloween is coming up and all that stuff. And this very friendly little competition we have going, he's been playing it a couple of days longer than me, so he's ahead. And I'm spending my time building this instead of playing. I really need to extend this downwards. We're gonna fix that. And it's also way too tall. I could have made it probably half the height, or I could get a taller chair or remove one. Yeah. Or maybe just do these at an angle. Well, we'll see what I do. Anyway, I just want to make the box so I can play, because my kid is playing using his Mayflash 500 Elite. My goal is to have my own, so I'm not reliant on him or borrowing his. And also, this is really a lot of fun. So now we can finally get this thing bottomed up. Actually, it's like, apart from all the cables, it's really steady. Like, it's really stable. So let's figure out how long this needs to be, so we can put on a bottom, and then we can put the microcontroller and the breadboard in there and figure out how we're going to connect these cables to the breadboard. And once we've done that and tested it in a game, I'm going to call this stream done, because I need to get up tomorrow and start working a little bit on the cabin. And then tomorrow evening, I will probably be streaming for a while, trying to figure out how I'm going to build the box and what layout I want and all that stuff, all that good stuff. So, yeah, that was not a line at all. Let's do this again. This is building not by designing and measuring, but building by measuring whatever we have and then building whatever we need. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to make some more noise, so I'm going to turn down the microphone a little bit. Oh, no, Mr. Papa Bear King. It's Saturday. Last bus leaves at 2. I got that figured out. Also, walking for 45 minutes to get home, perfect exercise. If only I could remember where I put my angle thingy. That would be, there we go. Now remember, Papa Bear King, this was your dad's. It's the best one I have. So let's cut this. Okay, let's turn down the volume. And volume is back up. Well, it's not really a night bus, it's just the regular bus running late. Remember, there is no nut bus anymore. There is no night bus. Okay, do I want to put this on before I connect to the microcontroller? Yeah, well, that is a serious, solid piece of angle. Handred. Probably Swedish. Handred. Handred? 100. Maybe Danish? Probably Swedish. And the perfect color. Now, the important thing here is, do I want to connect the microcontroller, which I can probably unplug right now. And it's unplugged. Unplug the cables. Hopefully nothing sticks in the holes there. How do I want to do this? What is the best way of doing this? Because we have all these pins that are thick pins. And I don't want to solder things on there. I also don't want to... I also really don't want to create more work for myself. And we have ground and right, left, up, down, which is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. How do we want to solve this? Now, I did buy a lot of these I have at least 2 packs, maybe even more, of the counterparts to these. So if I took wires and just stuck those wires inside the breadboard and connected them to these, that would be a good temporary solution, but it also means I'm wasting 12 or 13 of these. You know what? I'm going to take a bathroom break, and then I'll be right back. And try to figure this out. Are we running low on battery? Oh, the microphone is running low on battery. That's interesting. Okay, I'll be right back, and we might have to figure out something else with the audio. Ooh, scary. I'll be right back. back. Let's see how far this is gonna last, because right now, you know what? Let me see if I have a cable here that's long enough to charge this. This is gonna. I think it's possible to charge it while using it. Oh, this is gonna be. Well, of course I'm taking off the mic. Stupid. Okay, looks like the guys that are renting the place next to me, which is partially a bunch of kids, are throwing a party. Okay, this is not gonna work. It's way too stiff. It is, the cable is way too stiff to be able to move over here. Okay, so let's close that. Let's try something else. Can you hear me? Like, if I put it over here, can you hear me, like, kind of okay? Is it like okay audio? No, it's way too low, right? It needs to be, well, I could try. Does that sound okay? Just for now, because I'm going to be crimping and stuff. What I'm wondering right now is if I should do all the different colors. I probably should, to make this simpler for myself. I also need to have the diagram up here on the side. I'm not going to put it on, or I could put it on screen. Let me browser. Is that the one? That's not going to be much help on that part of the screen. Actually, if I go and add a filter and put a crop pad filter, and then does that do anything? No, I want to do the right side. Oh, minus 800. No. 1400. Well, I don't want to pad, I want to crop relative. Okay, that just that's not doing what I want it to do. Let's just remove it and put it somewhere. Like, let's just do that. There we go. So then I'll just move it here, like so. That should look. Why is oh, okay, yeah, now it makes sense. For some reason my test was weird. Okay, yeah. Yeah, does it? Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good as long as I'm here. I need two pieces. I need two tools. this I need to keep track of. So I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to need more cables, more colors. Bummer, I don't have all my colors here, but we have at least some. So we're going to be able to... Did I bring some more? No. That's all I have? Yeah, okay. So some of these colors are going to be weird. We have... so let's look at the pinout. Okay, Mr. BioBreak. Well, it doesn't charge that much, but I have it charging now, and it's placed here. So it should be fine. That was one down. Fortunately, I have another one. Now, let's see. This is the final stretch. I want to connect up, down, right, left. Let's do those in... I'm going to do those in one color, because it does, like... just for the hell of it, because it doesn't really matter. And as far as I can remember, that's... 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 2, 3, 4, and 5 are on the side, yeah. So, how much do we need? Oops. Where are we? There are we. Like so. Yeah. Let's see now. We have, so we need to go from the joystick, which is here, and down to that. So we don't really need that much. And we need 4 equally long cables. Oh, I don't have my my cable stripper thingy. I think that's... Again, remind me to properly collect all my electronic tools and put them in one place. Because right now everything is all over the place and it takes way too much time to just find everything. So this is going to be the least exciting part of this whole endeavor. Hopefully it's not going to take more than, I don't know, 15 minutes just to cut, strip, and crimp. It's called crimping, right? I think it's called crimping. So this is what? 0 gauge? Is that the right one? That was not the right one. So one smaller one. Or was it the wrong way? Ah. There we go. These might be a little thin. So it's 0.75. Yep. So this is gonna be, of course, the boringest one. Now, the thing about arcade games and me, I grew up playing so many arcade games as humanly possible, as many arcade games as humanly possible. And the reason for that was I was obsessed with games. I got my first... My mom and dad, or dad, I think it was my dad, picked up Pong at a flea market. We had that for a year or two until it broke, because it was kind of broken already. But after I played that and then played Pingo, I really, really loved computers just in general. Like, really loved computers. And I got my, before I had my first Commodore 64 computer, okay, that's actually holding up. That's going to be good enough. That's going to be good enough. So we strip the other part. And that goes into, oh, that was not a success. Okay, that was better. So let's, before I continue on that bedtime story, let's see. Up is GP2. So we connect this to up, and for some reason on this cable, up is black, which is not logical at all. Okay, these are supposed to be the same connectors or compatible. They're not. Okay, so on our board, let's find 2, and that's, oh, this is gonna be okay, it's in there. It's not great. It doesn't. And while I'm at it, I'm going to add some black tape, some electrician's tape, so nothing starts touching or short-circuiting, keeping everything together. So up is in place. Now let's do down, GP3. That should be okay. So crimping is, yeah, well, I was talking about computer games. Yeah, so the first one I had was one of those like Pong TV games thingies. And then I got a, what is in the US is known as the Odyssey 2. But in Europe, it was known, amongst other things, as the Philips VideoPack G7000. Down. So we had that for several years, and it was a 2-player console with like ice hockey and some game that was very similar to Pac-Man but wasn't Pac-Man. That's gonna, these are not gonna stick properly down there. I can promise you these will pop up, but as long as the cables are kept still, I think we should be fine. I still have that machine. Right now the TV output of it is kind of not working, so I need to look into changing some of the components. But I still have it, and it's still working. Like, and I also have my Amiga, which I bought after I got my C64. But at some point in time, I saved up for Commodore 64, and I had that until I sold it and bought an Amiga. The next one is Right, which is GP4. So Right, GP4. Some tape. And all the while I had these computers or these computer games, like I was in, what, 3rd grade, 4th grade? Something like that. I know I got my computer in like 6th grade, the Commodore 64. That was 5th, or no, it was 5th grade because we were going on like summer camp, and the computer and a lot of games arrived while I was at camp. The longest wait. That camp was pain. But I got home and I had my computer and I started programming on it, playing games. My dad had this friend who had some kids and they had a lot of games, so I suddenly had a lot of games. And they were really, really nice. They made like a booklet for me with the instructions and everything that I needed to play most of the games, and the instructions written down. And next one here is left, which should be 5, GP5. So we're almost halfway there, and we should... let's see... Yeah. Oh, that did not work. Hold on. I hate using this stripper tool because it doesn't really strip properly. Oh, ah! But being able to... having the mic like this... And thank you, Mr. I know your name is not Lise Muselin, but I'm going to keep calling you that, even though I know your real first name, thanks to your coffee sponsorship. But thank you for hanging in there and hanging out. So this stream has been like, what, 4 hours now? I think, almost. We've gotten a lot done. I mean, the microcontroller, I'm halfway connecting all the buttons. Can you even see? Yeah. So I'm halfway connecting all the buttons on the microcontroller, and we're ready to test in like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. It should be let's see. I also need to connect the ground. It's important. Well, yeah, let's do black for ground, which is logical, and all my other ground cables are black. Where did I put the pin for that? No, it's not black. It's the orange one, which goes from there to... Okay, so which is the other? Ah, there we go. So this needs to be connected to the board. That one. Let's see. Hopefully I can use these cables again when I wire everything up for the final version. But for this prototype, now someone tuned in and tuned out again. That's, I mean, coming into this stream, which is really weird when you think about it. We're just building an arcade controller on live on YouTube. A fight stick. Oops, that was a bit aggressive. That didn't work. The stripper tool is not good, so let's just connect ground so we're done with it and don't have to think more about it. All the way through there, and let's just squeeze this down. Well, why am I not using the proper tool? This one. Is that where I'm supposed to? Yeah, that's the that's the proper squeeze. Maybe I should check these for continuity, just to make sure. Yeah, we got sound. It's all good. So here's our ground. And for those of you just tuning in, let me find out where ground. Their ground is. That's number 3. What we are currently doing, we have built and checked and soldered the headers for a little Pi Pico here. The Pi Pico runs a custom firmware made for making fight sticks. That was a bit too long. Let's cut that off. And I'm making this into a proper fight stick since my kid's fight stick is now being used by my kid, which means I can't stream playing Splatterhouse, and I always wanted an arcade controller. So I'm building my own, and using the Raspberry Pi Pico and the custom firmware, it gives you such a small latency when you from pressing the button to the signal being registered, that it can compete with anything you buy, like 1,000 kroner, $100, $150 fight stick, $200 fight stick. This janky little thing here with a Sanwa joystick and some Sanwa buttons from Japan that I just bought a couple of years ago, the microcontroller. It will beat them senseless. So, let's see now. We have what is X and Y. A and B, X and Y. Now, I can never remember which one of these are which. So, hold on. Just gonna have to send an update. Radio. What was I even talking about? I'm getting kind of not fatigued. This is just fun. So TLTR, those are trigger buttons. Those are the rightmost buttons. I'm gonna just have to connect these up, AB and XE, XY, AB, XY. I'm gonna connect these up and switch them around if I have to. So let's do A first. That's white. We have some white here. Now, button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. Those are probably the XY, whatever. Let's see now. Yeah, so button 1, 2, button 3, 4. Then you have left 1, right 1, R2, L2. Those are right. So right 1, left 1 are the ones we want to hook up. A1, A2, and right, left trigger we don't need to care about. So A and B is probably B1, B2. And for some games we're gonna have, especially games using 3 buttons, we're gonna have to switch it up a little bit so we can have 3 buttons in a row. And I'm talking a little bit too quiet because the mic is over here. Sorry about that. Let's see now. We only have 6 cables left. Does this come with a stripper tool? Nope. So no, this is super short. Oh, I don't care. Let's just get it done. I want to test this thing out. Okay, that was better. This is a little bit short, but it'll do. There we go. These are like the kendo ones are like the power jaws. Dude, I totally understand. Thank you for hanging out and thank you for being here for the stream. Get some proper sleep and take care of those kids tomorrow. And there will be other opportunities because I have not done streaming. Have fun. Get some good sleep. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow because I'm streaming tomorrow as well. Probably a little bit earlier than this time, but it's gonna be there's going to be plenty of opportunities to drink beer and talk Commodore 64 games when I stream some of the arcade stuff I'm going to be streaming, because I'm planning, in addition to Splatterhouse, I'm going to be... Oops, that was wrong. In addition to Splatterhouse now, because it's October, I'm going to be doing like every stream a different arcade game and try to play through like all the 4,000 games that came sort of before mid-90s. So we're going to go into the somewhere around the mid-90s. So get some sleep, and thanks for hanging around, man. Appreciate it a lot. Okay. Why did that not stick? That was... Let's see if we can get this one to stick. I mean, I squeezed the living daylights out of that. I also need to... Are we properly seated there? Come on. Is this not... I hate it when these things don't grab on like they should. Let's try this way. There we go. Proper jaws. That's not going anywhere. So this is the white one. So we connect that to A. And A goes button 1. A is GPI 6. Yeah. GPI, that's ground, and that's 6. Okay, that's A, and B is green. We have green over here. Why did I make 2 white ones? Why? Why did I make... Okay. I'm not getting tired, but yeah, it's... My brain needs to be in one place. Where are we on the... Why is that not... Why is that not doing things? Okay. Yeah. Figuring out the streaming software. I mean, this is my first stream. Whoever's left out there, you are catching a premiere. Or this is my first FightStick build and my first live stream. Well, proper live stream with a camera. Like this. Because I've been streaming Splatterhouse for... well, less than a week now, thanks to Mr. Quarter Pumper, who I have a, well, not really much of a competition, but more of a sort of friendly challenge type thing going on, seeing who can 1cc that game first. And he's ahead. I mean, he almost did it today. Mr. Quarter Pumper, he managed to 2cc it today, I think. So green is button B. Let's do that. Now, problem is I need to keep this here and the mic as well. Because, button B is GP7. I wonder if this is going to work. or if these buttons are something completely different. We should probably put some black tape on some of these. I am really looking forward to testing this out. We're just 10 minutes away now from doing our first proper fight stick test. And from our little Pac-Man test, just testing the joystick, connected directly to the pins. It was good. As in, there was no lag, no nothing, and the lag on this is supposed to be around like less than a millisecond or around a millisecond when doing X input. So we should be able to do some proper gaming with this. And once I get it in the proper case, ooh, look out. Let's do... I should probably move the camera around over here so you can see what I'm actually doing here. Problem is, if I move the camera, the cable is so loose because this is an old camera. It's a Sony a6100 and it's so old, and the port is bad. XY, so X before Y, so blue. Let's do the blue one now. You have blue, and then we have Y, and then we have right left trigger, and that's it. Then we're done. Then we have all the buttons we need. We might need to remap one or two to play our game, but it should be able to test it properly and get some proper results. I mean, we've been doing, like, I started streaming at what, 9? Yeah, just past 9. So 3 hours and 25 minutes. And solving problems and all that other stuff as well, figuring out the camera just 5 minutes before I went live. Because that thing, getting that to work, that was some work to get it to work. That was not easy. It should have been easy. You just have to install the software and connect the camera, but it being old and all, you had to go in and make some really weird settings, which I made, and it worked. But we're not streaming even in HD because it's not even it's not 720p. It's even less, I think. But we use what we have, and then we make do. And next time I do a live cam thingy, hopefully I have my phone and I can use my phone. I need to figure out how I can use my phone without paying shitloads for some weird software. What's that gray one? Is that... Oh, that's Y. Okay. So blue is X. So we have A, B, X. So that's button 3, and that's GP10. So pin 10 should be... Oh, here. Come on. I can tell you, it's not looking pretty. Next up is Y, and Y is down here, and Y is gray. The second I move this board, it's probably gonna just pop out. all the cables are gonna pop out. It's not good. It is so loose in there. I don't even dare think about how this is going to go. But we're staying in there, and we're finishing this part of the project, and we're making it work. So I might even download this video and re-edit it into a proper video at some point. Or I might not. I don't know. Should I? Maybe I should. Should I take like this whole 3-hour, 4-hour stream and edit it down into a proper video? I don't know. Right now I just want to finish up the project and see because, well, I mean, there's a second part to this, and that is building a proper case for the fight stick. That's, of course, going to be a much bigger project. Oh, come on. Turn, twist, twist, twist. Oh, no. Damn it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Am I going to be able to make this stick, squeeze it, and see? Yeah. That's in there. Gray. Okay, where are you? There we are. Okay, so A, B, X, and Y. And Y is button 4, which is GP11. GP11. There we are. Whew, 2 buttons to go. 2 buttons to go. Trigger left or trigger right? Is left... left one is R1 is the first. Okay, people go right to left. So GP12 and GP13. Right one, left one. And then triggers are L2 and right 2. Right. So right trigger TR, trigger right. Red, red. We have red. So close now to get this tested. I'm so looking forward to a round of Splatterhouse using my new controller, my new fight stick. I recommend anyone who's interested in doing this to just do it. I mean, all you need is one Sanwa or Seismitsu joystick and some buttons and some wires, and then watch a couple of YouTube videos just to learn how to, well, basically solder. You need to solder, or no, you can buy the Raspberry Pi Pico with the headers pre-soldered, so you don't need to solder anything if you just buy a crimper and these I think they're like 2.8 millimeter cable shoes, and this one didn't crimp properly. Why didn't you? What is going on? Oh, it squeezed itself out there. Oh, there we go. Why didn't you squeeze down properly? Hold on. There we go. That's in there. This is the red one. That's the second to last right trigger, and right trigger goes in button 3, GP10. There's a lot of other buttons I could have put in here. Wait, what? GP? No. GP12. Okay, getting tired here. R1 GP12. GP12, you are there. Okay, I need to cut you. You're a bit too long. There we go. So GP12, that is not ground. Oh, there we go. GP12. And then the final one is red, and is that? That's the yellow. And that one I don't have. I have all the other colors. Okay, I'm going to use the white one for that, since I have it and I made doubles for some weird reason. Which means we are almost ready to test. So that is GP13. And we need to cut this off because it's too long. So close now. Oh, there's still one watching. That's nice. Whoever you are, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Who on earth would be watching now? Of course, the final cable is causing us some problems. Not cable, wire. The final wire is causing us some trouble. For some reason, it does not want to. Ah, there we go. Perfect. I don't know if you can see this. Oh. But yeah, this is like 45 minutes of work, or 30 or 40 something. Everything is hooked up and it's hanging on by its teeth or fingernails. This is so janky. It barely holds together. And we need to put some black tape on some of these just to make sure nothing short circuits. And then, people, we're ready to test in a couple of minutes. Couple of minutes and we're good to go. We are testing the FightStick with some Splatterhouse. Let's see now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Is everything taped and ready? Has this gotten, like, I'm charging my DJI mic too. Ah, it's almost fully charged. I can unplug that, unplug this, unplug that, unplug this, and put this back where it goes. So if anybody wants to say hi in the chat, please do, because if there's like 2 viewers right now, is that right? Well, statistics says so. Let me know in the chat. Say hi. Don't be shy. I mean, it's late at night. We got some beer. Got some chocolate. I haven't even eaten my chocolate or my nuts. Ugh. And you can't see me because I zoomed in. Stupid me. Like so. I mean, we have beer. And let's just turn off the browser pin and move this back over. There we go. So, we're done. Look at that. It is. Look at that thing. It barely holds together. And now we have 2 more buttons that I should have connected. I'm just going to connect those to a couple of buttons here. Let's use a blue. Yeah, let's just use some of these crappy ones because we're not really going to use them for anything. They're just going to be laying here. So we're just reconnecting these and we'll keep them for later. Where is the other? Wait, what? Wait, what? Did I connect something I shouldn't have? Or should have? Or, well, let me just wire this one up. So that's ground. Well, where are the other 2? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Those are, yeah, that's this one. Select. Oh, we have, sorry about that. We have 2 more buttons to connect here. Okay. Well, we're getting there. So this is one of them. Where is the other one? Where did the other one go? Did it fall on the ground? Well, we have a start button and a select button. And one of them, so this as well, is going to ground. But where are the actual... Oh, there we go. Found it. So these two, start and select. Start and select. Okay, so we're just going to keep those loose, but that means that we have to do 2 more cables. Sorry about that, people. Let's just do those in orange and no, let's do black and white. It's much simpler to keep track of. So let's do start and select. So 1 for this. So we're just connecting these 2 loose buttons. They're just going to be in the case for now, so nothing short circuits. Then we're going to do, because we're not using start select on the controller just yet. So let's just chop that. 1 for those, and then 1 of the white ones. And we're almost ready to test. Almost ready to test. Then we strip it, of course. Oh, that's the black one. That's the... That's in there. Oh, I see now. There's a ledge. Of course, I didn't pay attention. There's a ledge I need to hit with the cable shoe. Am I doing this right now? What's the end of this? Yeah, I'm doing it right. So there's an end here that the squeezy part needs to be on. So long since I used this tool, so there we go. And then we insert this and make sure it's all the way through. Okay, so I haven't really tested these cables other than a couple. So let's just do a quick test here. Yeah. It conducts electricity, so we should be good. Now, let me just have a quick look at the pinout. Start is GP. Start is 17 and select is 16. Start is 17, GP 17, GP, that's over here, 16, 17, and then final one is 16. And that's it, dear chat, of which there are no one right now. Okay. So just to give you a, this is what it looks like right now. This is the state of things. It does not look pretty, but it should work. Hopefully it works. I really hope it works. I'm going to screw on the bottom of the case. We need to drill some holes. And to do that, I need to find the little drill bit, which is over here. This should be, yeah. It's time to finish this sucker up. We're closing in on 1 a.m. It's kind of late. I've been doing this for almost 4 hours now, but we have results. We have results after 4 hours. 4 hours for my first live stream. Building my first fight stick. That is, well, there's nobody here to celebrate with me, but still, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So let's see if we can, actually, let me drill these holes. Just sort of here, maybe. And let's drill something here. Let's, yeah. This is like the, this is the most what do you call it? Not unprofessional, but the opposite of doing something really clean and nice. Okay. So we have 4 screws where we have 4 screws. I really only needed 2, but you know. And then we gotta plug in our fight stick and see if it works. And if it does, I'm gonna go home a happy camper. Too bad no one's here to share the joy right now, but we have done a 4-hour-long stream and we are closing in on the final test. And the place looks like shit. I need a bigger desk. I need a bigger workbench. First, I need a beer. And also to zoom out a little bit. Ah, we are so ready to test this now. So ready to test. Oops, this self-contained little unit. Oh, the I totally missed on the screws. Okay, these 2 are good. Those 2 are bad. So let's do these first. Okay, we need to re-drill because that was way too bad. Let's, if anybody ever watches this stream and gets this far, congratulations. You are the winner. You are definitely the winner. Of what? I don't know, but you are a winner. Okay, so that's 1. And then we need 2 holes in this one. And the final one. So this is as janky as it gets, people. We're on the final stretch of making this a reality. Our very own fight stick in a very temporary case using the Raspberry Pi Pico. Now, what I need to do is not put all this. How am I gonna, joystick goes on the left. So let's turn this around and figure out how we're gonna get all the cables in here. Because, oh, did anything come out? No, please don't come out. Please don't fall out. What is, which of these cables need to go into the box? There we are. Okay, we're so close now. Why is this blue cable? Where does that go? Oh, that's that one. Okay. So our... Oh, there you are. Okay. We have our... Okay, I'm gonna have to clean all of this up tomorrow because right now it's just mayhem. We have our fight stick. Now let's see if it works. Let's clean out this space here. We have the cable I used originally. Which is not this one. It's this shorter. Yeah, it's this shorter one. So we need to put our... If I tape that down over there, is that gonna work? Actually, I already have tape I've used. Let me just tape this down. Maybe not over the port I'm supposed to connect it to. Okay. Now, let me pull up a game. Let's find game, windowed. Let's do Splatterhouse. Okay. Let's do Splatterhouse. Now, let's move this closer. Okay, I think I have to, hold on. Oops. Shut this down, shut the software down. Let's plug this in so it registers properly. Let's give it all possibilities of succeeding. So my computer went dink. That's good. That's good. That's really good. Now, let's start that and let's do this. Whew. Okay, are we ready? Is this gonna work? First try. So I haven't put, let's just put in some credits in there. Now I haven't, or did I? Which one of these are select? Oh, okay. So I'm pushing this one button here. It's credits, and it started. I think the buttons might be mixed up. Let's see. That's punch and that's jump. That's opposite of what I want. Right, left, up. Oh, this is beautiful. It's working. Oh, no. I gotta stop watching the camera. Okay, let me just F5, pause it. Yeah. It's working. It's working. Yes. First try. Okay. The two most important buttons are switched around, which is the A and B. So let's just real time switch those over. Those are which ones are those? 2, 3, 4, 5 is the joystick. Then we skip ground. So green and white needs to switch place. So that goes over here. I can't see anything down here. So that's ground, that's not what we want. So by switching these two, we should be able now, we should have a reconfigured punching and jumping. So punching should be left. Why am I doing this? Why don't I just take that and move over here? Like so. Perfect. Great. Hold on. Of course, no one is watching, but I mean, okay, come on. Here is like so. Hello. We should, a little bit of luck. Now, unpause. Yep. Now the hit is on left and jump is on the right. And this is really responsive. There's no lag at all. It is working, and is working well. Bat 1, bat 2, bat 3. Just wait for the pins. Oh, this is working beautifully. Do that one, and there's the last one here. We grab the 2x4 and we splat these guys. Oh, this is so worth the 4 hours. Oh, I forgot about that one, but this was so worth the 4 hours I spent just to get to this point. Now, of course, we all hate. Oh, this is so good. And that felt so bad. Oh, but this is awesome. It works. It works. Let's see if we can get past this part here. We should maybe lose. It's so responsive. It feels even more responsive than the Mayflash 500. Oh, I should have known that came up. Perfect. And now we wait for this guy. Yes. Ah! Oh! This is so worth it. It works. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I need to install the Octagate though, because this is really weird to play with a four-way gate, because you don't have the diagonals. But oh, this is sweet. And I mean, using the Raspberry Pi Pico with the custom firmware, so responsive. Oh, this is like night and day. Oh, come on, Mr. Brain. This feels... Oh. I cannot begin to explain how good this feels. And even with the long throw of the Sanwa joystick, it's so responsive. The buttons are like perfect. But I can really feel the lack, like I can really feel I don't have the octa gate. Because it's kind of hard to know that I'm going right and not diagonally. But I mean, oof. And I'm currently using my old Sanwa joystick, not one of the new ones that are even... So some double slaps. The reach on that 2x4 is really long. So there should be another one coming up. Yep. And then we should have some more wall slappers. He really splats them. Okay. This is working beautifully. Are we getting the whole... Oh, sorry. Let me just... My bad. Sorry. I thought the game was... I thought the game was sort of out of bounds. So we lost a life there. Let's do it properly. This is just a test run to see if the joystick is working. Let's move over here where we're safe from the candles. And then we'll wait for the can. We go a little bit left. Then we get ready for the chair. And then we have some knives coming in. So responsive. Feels really, really good. We need to be aware of the double knives. They should align. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, that was... I would have never been able to do that with the other joystick I've been doing because that was... It was reacting like that. Whoa. This is something completely different. This is amazing. Okay, let's see if we can do this level here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Don't shoot any shots. Let's just do everything crouched down. Wait for the wolf, running back, coming back, jumping in. We're all good. Mr. Creepy Crawly. There we go. Then we'll wait for that thing to go. Just jump that. Wait for it. Make sure we have the right weapon. Because we are doing the double... Oh, no. Why did I lose a heart here? Wait. And jump. Just get rid of this guy and wait for that other guy. Double. And then we should have a shotgun here. No. Why? Okay. Sometimes you do stupid stuff when you're kind of tired. But this is beyond... This is the jankiest setup ever. No, get the gun. Yeah. This is so janky, but it still works. I mean, even in this sad and sorry state, the quality of the joysticks and the buttons in this tiny little thing. So happy. So happy. Let me just pause that. this guy and that guy, and I really... It is so incredibly responsive, and this guy, now we're doing the jumping. Now I'm playing like on the side and leaning in, so I don't really have the best of... No, that was a bad timing. I should have just went for it. But still, the responsiveness of this contraption is good. It does everything I want exactly when I want it to do it. I am amazed at how janky this is, and it barely holds together, but still, the firmware on this thing is really good. Let's see if we can get the double punch on this guy. Yep. And the slide. Okay. See if we can do it on the next one as well. Just wait for it. This guy. No, next one. Oh, it's gonna be this one. Okay, that was stupid. That was stupid. Totally miscalculated that one. But yeah, without the octagate, it's kind of hard to. Without the octagate, the 8-way gate, it's kind of hard to do the timing of these. But still. Still doable. Next one. Next one. Okay, so it's the next... Oh, just get lost. So when is the third one? Here? No. Next one. What happened there? Oh. Well, what are we on lives? Oh, this is the last life. Okay. So let's see if we can make something happen here. Okay. Why did it not register my hit? Okay. We got here. This was amazing. This was amazing. This crappy piece of something here with that microcontroller and the proper hardware. This is amazing. This is beyond my wildest dreams. Let me just move my back into frame here. Thank you to everyone who's been watching this far. Right now, there's nobody on the stream, but we've had some good. We had some couple of people in, good chat going. It has been amazingly fun to do this and to get this build off the ground. Let me try not to destroy it. It works. It is the jankiest of builds. This is just phase 1. I need to do a proper case, and then I'm going to do button placements. We're going to have 8 buttons, several extra buttons to do other things. There's going to be a couple of other live streams where I continue to build on this. But for now, it's 1 p.m. and I'm going home to get some sleep. See you in the next one.